All right, guys, so in this video, we're going to solve rational equations using the LCD, or the least common denominator, okay? So first thing we want to do, in example 1, we want to look at each of the ratios here, each of the fractions that make up this rational expression, or the rational equation, okay? And we want to determine what the least common denominator is between x, 2x, and x plus 1, okay? So my LCD, the first thing I want to look at for like a numeric factor here, and this 2 has to be present in my least common denominator, okay? Next thing I want to look for, there's no other numeric factors that aren't part of a binomial or a polynomial here. So next thing I want to look for is just this x. So x is present here, and x alone is present here. There is no singular x here, but x needs to be part of my common denominator. Now I want to look for like a binomial, polynomial factor that's going to be part of my common denominator. And this x plus 1 is the only part of any of the denominators that we haven't used, okay? So my least common denominator is 2 times x plus 1, all right? So what I want to do in the first step is I want to take my equation, okay, and I'm going to multiply each part of the rational equation by that least common denominator. So I'm going to multiply 1 over x times 2x, x plus 1. I'm going to multiply 3 over 2x times that common denominator, and I'm going to multiply 2 over x plus 1 times that common denominator, okay? And what happens here when we do that step is we're going to eliminate fractions altogether, okay? We're just going to end up with a regular equation, maybe linear, maybe quadratic in this case, all in the numerator level. There won't be a denominator, okay? So in the first one here, what cancels out? This x is going to cancel out with that x, okay? Those cancel out. Now I need to deal with what's left. So what's left is a 2. And then the 2x's are going to cancel out here, I'm sorry. And over here, the x plus 1s are going to cancel out, okay? So now let's deal with what's left over. So here I've got 2 times x plus 1 times the 1 that was in the numerator. For the second piece, again, the 2x's canceled out, so I'm left with a plus 3 times x plus 1. And on the right side here, the x plus 1's canceled out, so I'm just left with 2 times 2x, okay? So now let's clean it up. I'm going to distribute, multiply all the way through here. So 2x plus 2 plus 3x plus 3 equals 4x, okay? I'm going to bring everything over to the left side to get x by itself. So I've got 2x and 3x is 5x, minus 4x is positive 1x. I'm going to add 2 and 3 here together and get 5. Take it over to the right side, it becomes negative. So x equals negative 5 is my solution, okay? As always, it's good to check, you know, in the next video you watch, you're going to learn about extraneous solutions. So you always want to plug in your answer and see if it works. So when I plug in negative 5, this is what I get. So I just want to perform this addition. I'll go ahead and get common denominators here. So 1 over negative 5 is the same as negative 2/10. 3 over negative 10 is negative 3/10. So that combines to be negative 5/10, or negative 1/2. And if you'll notice here, 2 over negative 4 is negative 1/2 as well. So I know that is a solution. So negative 5 works, all right? Pause the video here, try part B, and then come back and check your work. All right, so in part B, we want to find our LCD. This one's actually, I think, a little bit easier than the first one. We've got x plus 3 has to be part of my common denominator. We've got x minus 3 has to be part of my common denominator. There's nothing new here. We've already accounted for the x plus 3, so nothing more to add to my common denominator. All right, so let's take each part of the rational equation. We're going to multiply by the LCD, okay? And the right side as well. And now we see what cancels out. So on this first piece, the x minus 3s are going to cancel out. On the second piece, the x minus 3s are going to cancel out. And on the right side, the x plus 3s cancel out, okay? So now we multiply what's left. 2 times x minus 3 minus 1 times x plus 3 equals 4 times x minus 3. Distribute. 2x minus 6 minus x minus 3 equals 4x minus 12. And then solve this basic equation. We're kind of lucky here we didn't get any quadratics throughout this process. So I'm going to get negative 6 and negative 3 is negative 9. When I bring this negative 12 over, it becomes positive. So 12 minus 9 is 3 on the left side. I know a lot of you guys like to get the x on the side where it's positive, so that's what I did here. 2x minus 1x is 1x. Bring it over to the right side, it becomes negative. 4x minus 1x is 3. So x equals 1, okay? Again, check your work just to make sure this isn't extraneous. It's not. So I get 2 over 4 minus negative 1/2 equals 4 over 4, okay? So just to clean that up a little bit, 2 over 4 minus a negative 2 over 4, well, that's 4 over 4, which is what we've got. So that verifies that 1 is the solution for this rational equation.